Now let us understand why is that important. Because no, I guess actually I lost my point. But exactly this is what we are talking in our workshop as well. So there are two things that are really important to understand how the smart contract works. First, you need to understand how much Hex is given out to the staker class every single day. And the number right now is about 64 million Hex are giving out to the staker class. But how does the smart contract know to whom to pay it? Really easy, to everybody who holds T-shares. So those 45 million, right? They get distributed to everybody who holds T-shares. How many T-shares do we have? 10.7 million. So it's really easy. We divide 64 million divided by 10.7 and we get out about 6 hex per one T-share, right? So now let us do the calculation again for in 10 years. In 10 years, how much daily inflation will be paid out to the staker class? It must be way more than 64 million. Why? Because Hex is an inflationary coin. Today we have that much inflation. Next year, 3.69% on top, 3.69 on
It'll
top.
be 40%.
So
40%. 40%.
Let's say, yeah.
In
Let's
10
say
years.
in 10 years, the amount of hex giving out to the staker class will be about 100 million hex per 100 million hex. To whom is it going? To everybody who holds T-shares. How many T-shares will be there in 10 years? My estimation is 2 million T-shares. Right now we have 10 million T-shares. In the future it will be only 2 million T-shares. Now we do the calculation again. What happens when we give out the 100 million hex that gives out to the staker class on one day in 10 years, divided by 2, 100 by 2 gives us 50. So what is this number? In 10 years, we will earn 50 hex per one T-share in the future. And so why am I able to do this calculation? Because I know math. 2 plus 2 is 4. It doesn't matter if you like me or not. I know exactly that if you multiply a number by 3.69% every single year, this number must be bigger in 10 years. So that's why I set the number 100. The T-share price is only going up. If you restake for longer, of course, then you get more T-shares. But what we have seen is that we are having a declining number of T-shares right now. And our projection is seriously having 2 million T-shares in about 10 years. You see? There we need a little bit of projection. We only know that the T-share price is going up, but we can make this projection. Now, 100 divided by 2, 50. You can even make the calculation for 15 years, and then it's even more insane. If you know and want to learn everything about the calculation on T-shares, watch the power of T-shares on the Crypto Sparbook channel. We made 2 different versions, and there you go really through every single thing, going deep down the rabbit hole.
Okay, because that would be good. I'm like in my own world most of the time. I don't consume a lot of content other than like the awesome people that I get to interact with here.
This one is really special content for sure.
I just wrote it down. Question on that. So the number of T-shares, this is brand new to me, and GRC may have already known this. So the total number of T-shares started at a certain amount and decreases over time?
Well, it started out at 0. On the first day of Hex, there was no Hex staked. And that's why there were 0 T-shares. There were no T-shares needed because on the first day, no Hex was given out to the staker class. And then during the launch phase, more and more people staked their Hex, right? More Hex was produced, given out to the stakers, and more Hex was staked. So let's not count for the launch phase, because Hex was not built for the launch phase. Hex was built for after the launch phase. And oh man, what was the question again?
The T-shares coming down over time.
Oh yeah, exactly. So after the launch phase, we had about 10.5 million T-shares, and we said with Patrick that the number of T-shares will go up a little bit to maybe 11, and from there on it will decline because it will be harder and harder. Because after the big payday, we saw the T-share prices going up faster now. Remember, in the launch phase, it went up from 10,000 to 11,000, really, really slow. But then after the big payday, now we realize the T-share price is going up 30% every single year. And that's why it will be harder and harder to accumulate T-shares in the future, just because the price is going up. And that's why we can estimate how many T-shares will be there in the future. Patrick and I already made the statement that we have the T-shares here right now, it will go up a little bit, and then from there on it will only go down. And this was correct what we said. Why? Because we are understanding the math. The staking ratio is important, and also how many people are the staking ratio and how long the people are staking. And this is what we really looked into a lot.
So where does the issuance of like T-shares come from then? Why do you have this like this, you know, bell-shaped curve that you're talking about?
It's not really a bell-shaped curve, because a bell curve would start down here and go up. T-shares.
Isn't what you said? You started at 0, we went up. Now we're gonna have a fat tail on one side.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like, but I've never seen the chart from 0, because like the launch phase, we have never looked too much into that, because Hex was built for after the launch phase. But yeah, you are right. Actually, it started from 0. Then, like in this 1 year, it goes up like this to 10 years, and then it goes slowly and then down. But I think the other side of this curve does not look like the bell curve. It will look slowly, almost linear.
And but what causes that? I don't understand why. I don't understand why the T-shares went up and then they're coming down. I'm missing
no,
something.
It's the number of T-shares in existence. Why did it go up in the first period of our projection? Is because we saw that more and more people are staking. All right, if more and more people are staking, the number of T-shares are going up. And then we saw, okay, now pretty much like this limit is reached, and people are staking still. But since the T-share price is now going up 30% in 1 year, now there are less and less T-shares in existence, because even if I stake my stakes for the same amount of time, remember, I get less. It's only if I stake for way longer.